hearing's technically right now.
Right, at
Yeah.
6:15. Yeah, but we do call to order for a public
Okay.
hearing. So, and we'll just go right into our regular meeting from the public hearing. So we'll go ahead and do roll call.
Councilor Lehman?
Here.
Councilor Larson?
Here.
Councilor Kuechly?
Here.
Mayor Swanson?
Here. And we are having a public hearing. This is for the vacation of side lot drainage and utility easements. This property is, okay. Do we have a regular description of where this is besides our legal description of Lot 2, Block 2, Estate Edition and in the Buhl First Edition? This is up behind Shortstop.
Up behind Shortstop, that unnamed
Section that we have somebody who's going to build up there, and as a result, we needed to
Yep.
allow for these easements of the utilities.
There's no utilities running through that easement, correct?
No.
So we're allowing for a public hearing on that issue, and I don't suppose you guys want to talk about that at all, do you?
No opinion.
Okay. Well, we're scheduled to have the hearing at 6:15. I don't know that we need to go for any certain length of time, as long as we've given the opportunity for anybody who'd want to come and speak. And it's actually after 6:15 at this point, so.
It was advertised in the paper as well.
Right. Well, who would object?
Exactly.
This is a simple request. So we will move on then to the reports from our department heads. Public Works?
Wasn't here, had a meeting since the town lost water, and I thought I'd just kind of touch on it, give you guys an idea what happened. We were having some electrical issues at the water tower, and we were trying to figure out if it was the motors or the variable frequency drives that we put in last year. And so we were trying to isolate, and the problem still persisted. Well, we were able to get it working while we're still trying to figure out these issues. Well, the problem ended up happening shortly after we had checked it, and so we hadn't been back for about 20 hours since the power went out, and so it ended up draining the water tower. That's what happened. It was an easy fix to get everything back online, and since then I've been working with Minnesota Power and have recorders on our frequency drives to kind of figure out what is the problem, and it hasn't happened since. So it's kind of,
So it was a fluke thing, but we're still not sure?
correct.
Okay.
And so I've been talking with the engineer, and it is possible that it is a Minnesota Power issue, but because our equipment is so sensitive, it notices these small fluctuations, but it happens so fast that no one even notices it. So still, that's why we got the recorders on there to try to see, but it hasn't happened since, so it's kind of hard to really.
Do we have any safeguards to prevent it from happening again?
Yep, it fail-safes out of the machine so that if it does fluctuate, it's just gonna reset itself automatically, so.
Oh, good.
But so
Yeah, I had
it's
calls
doing
that morning. People were a little bit distressed when they were without water.
Yes, I get a
So,
lot of phone calls.
yeah, when it gets cold like that, everybody's afraid of,
Yep.
Did I freeze up?
yeah. So,
So we're still looking into it, but at the moment, it looks like it fixed itself.
Okay.
well, and I want to commend you guys because it was really quickly taken care of. I mean, you guys
Yeah,
were
it was
on
a
the
very,
scene right
we just had
away.
to flip the breaker, reset it, and it was good, so
Yeah,
hopefully it doesn't happen again.
right.
And then we got stuff on there, so if it does happen, we can have a better understanding of what's going on.
Anything else going on around town?
Not really, but something I want to give you guys a heads up. I am collecting quotes right now to have our water tower cleaned and inspected, and it kind of just brings in a dive team, and they go inside the water tower, see what's going on, if we have like ice buildup or anything that could form in there. You get that water levels in your water tower shifting up and down, you get an ice form, like an iceberg in there. You could scrape out the paint that's inside there and causes rust and it decreases the life of your water. And
So are you thinking of having that done this winter yet, Trent?
No, it'll be,
the summer.
if there's problems with ice or anything like that,
It would
it'll still
show.
show up in the summer because the
Okay.
paint will be coming off it and everything.
Okay,
And go in there and clean it up and then come with any recommendations because I can kind of see on the water tower it needs some paint touch-ups.
yeah, it's been a while since we had it painted.
Yep. So that's what I'm just looking, getting quotes right now, just kind of figure out what it's gonna cost to
Sure.
have someone come in and give their professional opinions on the situation.
Okay. All right.
There's no alarms on there when it does run out of water?
Nope, we don't have a SCADA system on that or a dialer or anything, which I am definitely not opposed to getting a dialer. We probably won't really need a SCADA system, but a dialer would be nice.
Would you get some quotes on that as well then,
Yeah, I
Trent?
can definitely do that.
Okay.
Because that's the same problem that happened before, this one?
The problem that happened before was one of the connections was bad.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of was burning up, and I went through and checked everything looks good, so that's why it's kind of stumping me right now. That's why I have Minnesota Power in there, and we don't know yet.
Okay.
But it is a similar problem because it is dropping a phase, but it's not as obvious as the previous time.
Do you know about where it's at? If it's like dropping before it gets to the water tower or what?
No, it could be happening all the way over in Chisholm, who knows? That's what the recorder will hopefully tell us. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thanks, Trent. And fire and ambulance? Hey, Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So, not a whole lot shaking over there right now, which is a good thing. It's kind of weird looking. We do our checks. Engine 2 is having some brake issues, and I'm still looking to see if it's something we can correct in-house, or if I'm gonna have to look at maybe farming that out. I know in the past we've used Northland Tractor. They'll come and see if they can do it right in-house too. So we're gonna investigate a little bit more tonight. Probably have something by the next meeting, whether or not it's gonna need some repairs. We're getting to that point in time where we gotta look at pump testing. So that's something we realize we set aside for in the budget and stuff, so it's just gonna be coming up. Again, within the next month or two, I'll have hopefully some numbers for you and what that's gonna cost, but we can done again, so. As far as the ambulance side goes, just been status quo for right now, working with Ryan. We're looking at that supplemental stuff is coming through, so once that finalizes and comes through, that'll be nice. I appreciate the help on his end and Diana's end for doing that. And I talked with him, it sounds like the city's getting a credit card, which will work because we need to upgrade. We need to get to that iPad because our computer, once again this weekend, went down. So on an ambulance call, they're kind of trying to punt, but so when that comes through, that'll be nice. And we're utilizing another computer for now. It's not gonna put us down and out, but it'll just be nice to switch that platform over to an iPad and be done with this. So that's about all I got.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Engineering, attorney, long-range planning, we are meeting on Thursday. Recreation board,
That'll be next week?
Monday.
next Monday. Yeah, library board will meet that Wednesday, week from Wednesday. Beta, we're also meeting on Thursday. Sheriff's and clerk report. Oh, I'm sorry, you have something?
Sheriff's, Ryan had talked to Jason Ackerson about the snowmobile stuff, and I think they're gonna be trying to look at that, so.
What snowmobile stuff?
Up the park and running over it.
Oh, yeah, I had gone over there and looked and I didn't see any. I mean, I saw tracks, but not through the equipment part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, I have seen them driving up there.
I've seen them on the sides of the park up there and going around, but I didn't notice any damage to any equipment. I don't know if our law enforcement saw anything like that or not.
They're just gonna.
They're gonna check it out?
Checking, looking and.
Very good.
Okay.
Find somebody.
Ryan, you have a report?
Just a few things, just going off of what Josh said, we finally got all the information from our billing company to submit everything for the state. So that'll be done this week. We did end up getting basically what we asked for the CBDG grant, minus $100. So that was good news. And then in the next couple weeks, I'll be working with Jamnik on getting our MPCA package together along with our USDA grants. And there, I'm sure all of you saw, there's an updated CIP plan in your mailbox.
Okay. I'd like to commend you, Ryan, on making those presentations that got us the CDBG grant. You did a good job.
Thank you.
All right. Any council additions to the agenda? I don't think so. There isn't, is there?
Bills.
Just a couple of more invoices to add.
Yep.
And consent agenda. Anybody wanting to speak to the council? I don't see anybody here. Consent agenda, minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting of January 16th.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Claims?
Make a motion to accept the claims for a total EP of $60,550.75.
Can we add these
Oh,
other
I'm
two
sorry.
claims that,
And the $5,760 for January law enforcement, and the $990 for Brian.
For the boiler checks.
For the boiler checks.
I'll support.
any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carried. All right, resolution 18-14, a resolution vacates the side lot drainage and utility easement. We just had the public hearing for this. Nobody showed up for that, and it's pretty cut and dried. There's really nothing to, it's just, is for the building that they wish to put up on those properties.
I'll make the motion to accept resolution 2018-14.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
You do roll.
Roll call?
Counselor Lehman,
Yes.
Counselor Larson,
Yes.
Counselor Keithley,
Yes.
Mayor Swanson.
Yes. Resolution 1815, a resolution accepting a donation from the Buhl Fire Relief Association for the fire department.
I make a motion to accept resolution 18-15.
This is for a donation of $1,811.11.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Roll call?
Counselor Lehman,
Yes.
Counselor Larson,
Yes.
Counselor Keithley,
Yes.
Mayor Swanson.
Yes. Resolution 18-16, Rams is asking the local governments for support for Polymet. Public hearing will be held February 7th in Aurora and 8th in Duluth.
I'll make a motion that we adopt resolution 18-16.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Roll call?
Counselor Lehman,
Yes.
Counselor Larson,
Yes.
Counselor Keithley,
Yes.
Mayor Swanson.
Yes. And the Winter Frolic is coming. It's scheduled for February 24th from 11 to 2 at the ice rink. There's plans for games and activities for kids with hot dogs, popcorn, hot chocolate, etc. The rec board will need to buy a few supplies. I think in the past we've okayed like 200 or 300 for that. I don't know if they need that much, but at least to have a set amount that we'll approve here. If we say 300, that should be plenty, don't you think?
Yep.
I have that motion.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
so moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I guess that's it, you guys. We got a nice short meeting here in the cold tundra. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. This meeting's adjourned.